Today we are talking about 3 things that you should not bring on your trip to Europe. I did a video about the things that you should bring, 5 things. Here are the things that you should not bring. Anything in excess, that's the answer. When I went to Europe this summer, I brought way too much stuff. And I brought the things that I didn't need. It was like way too many of the things that I didn't need, not enough of the stuff that I did need. I wish I brought more pairs of shorts. I only brought 2. I brought way too many pairs of pants. You live and learn, okay? So let's get into this. Here are some of the things that I think that you should not bring. Number 1, books. I brought 2 books on our trip to Italy this summer. I brought one about the island that my grandparents are from, and I thought it would be really nice to read it while we were there. Guess how much I read of it? 0. Completely forgot I had it until I got back on the plane. I brought another finance book that I thought I would read. Literally didn't read 1 page of these 2 books, and they're super heavy. Definitely not a good use of space. Would not recommend. If you want to bring something light to read, on the airlines, I took one of their paperback things. I have it over here. Here, I could show you. Check this out. It was on Wim Hof. I took KLM. So I was reading this and I really enjoyed it. This guy is the guy that mastered the cold and cold baths. I took this. If I had just brought this, I would have been a much happy camper because I had way too much other stuff that I did not need. Number 2. Too many pairs of shoes. I brought way too many pairs of shoes. I think I brought 4. I did not need that many. What you really need, you need a pair of sandals that you can wear in the shower and to the beach. You need a pair of more athletic shoes that can double as your running shoes, as well as some walking days or whatever if you go out exercising. And then you need maybe a nice dress-up pair of white sneakers that you can wear to some formal attire. That's really mostly everything you need. Now, people in Europe are dressed really well. I get that. And if you want to do that, if you want to bring a nice pair of shoes, loafers for guys, heels for girls, whatever, that makes sense. But it's also something that you might consider buying there. For example, I had a pair of white shoes that I brought to Europe, and then I ended up buying a pair of white shoes there, so I got rid of one. Anyway, I brought way too many shoes. Don't make that mistake because they take up a lot of space in your luggage. Last but not least, number 3. Do not be that person that brings this big suitcase to Europe, okay? I have friends, they'll remain nameless, that do this and they bring it to Europe, and if you're traveling from city to city, you don't want to do this. Getting on buses, all public transport, it's the worst thing you can do. Ideally, you would go with a small carry-on like the ones that they have in Europe. Now, I understand that's hard for Americans going to Europe and to do 3 weeks out of that, but really try to make it into that domestic size, that little larger carry-on, because lugging one of these around Europe is painful. Do not do it. I do not recommend it. Try to stay as lean as you can. Buy things that you need there. Be in Airbnbs, hostels, hotels that have washing machines or laundromats nearby. Way worth the trip to do that because this is not the way to go. And, quick tip too, in certain areas, I know when I was in Rome, I paid a guy 13 euros to wash my clothes. I left him there, got there in the morning at 8 o'clock, left him there, explored the city by myself, came back at 3 o'clock. They were all done, washed, folded, dried, everything. It was amazing. 13 euros, the best 13 euros I could have ever spent. I would much rather pay that 13 euros than to bring a big suitcase like this. Do not bring one of these to Europe. You will look like a tourist. You will not be nimble. You will not be able to go everywhere that you want to go very easily, and it's a pain, especially on buses in Italy. That was where big luggage, it's not good. You have to find a place for it. Sometimes they don't have the storage up in the top bin because Europeans, when they travel with a little carry-on. If I haven't hit this point home, don't bring it. Those are my 3 tips for traveling to Europe of what not to bring. Stay tuned for more content. If you like this video or others like it, hit that subscribe button and the thumbs up. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your time. See you in the next video.